What we do here is go back.
And welcome to the Great Chase headquarters. And we're about to send off another 3 teams on an extraordinary journey across Australia.
How's it going, everyone? And welcome to episode 12 of the Lost Media podcast. And what you just saw in the intro there is the Great Chase. It's the only existing footage from any of the episodes of this show from Australia in the year 2000. Hosted by the radio host Matt Tilley, very popular in Melbourne and Australia, but nowhere else around the world. This is one of those weird pieces of lost media I've been interested in since I was a little kid. And I'm interested in it because it's just that, what you just saw. That's it. That terrible intro as well, which was quite awful. And where they were filming the show from the Great Chase HQ, I think he described it as, which is a high school basketball gymnasium with the roof taken out a little bit. I'm sorry. I mean, I can't stop laughing at it because budget, it's like, it's one of those memes where it's just like, how much of a budget do we want? And then the producer's like, yes. It's so low budget and so tacky. And it is, in my opinion and my belief, a direct response from the TV show in the US that was a massive hit, The Amazing Race, which debuted in 1999, I'm pretty sure. And this was just like Channel 9 Australia, a television network, just going, oh, well, we got to try and, do The Amazing Race Australia for the Australian audiences. Oh, we don't have enough money at all. We're not even close to having enough money. Oh, okay. Let's make a completely different show, The Great Chase, and do it around Australia. And instead of the Amazing Races concept, because we can't get the rights to that yet from Jerry Bruckheimer, let's make it a puzzle thing where contestants have to go around Australia and get clues and try and solve a puzzle. I think there was 3 teams that would go around Australia and they get clues to try and solve the puzzle. And that if they solve a puzzle, then they go on the next stage to potentially win $20,000 by the end of the series. It's like a radio show, but for a TV show. You know, when you listen to the radio and you hear, and today we got the KBBL scavenger hunt in this town in Missouri. And you could win $20,000 if you find the clue. If you're listening, go to this location. That's what it is. But it's a television show that's a radio show, and it's hosted by a radio host. And they film it in a shitty gymnasium with the roof taken out and installation visible in the shot. I mean, the HQ was pretty cool. I'll give this show some credit. If any of the people who made this show is watching, I'm sorry. I'll give them some credit. The HQ they had there is awesome. Maybe film it in like a dark room where dark studio where you just got like black, even just black cloth around, and that HQ would look awesome. Don't film it in a high school gymnasium. Even though that's meant to indicate like some starting point or some finish point for the chase, for the puzzle. Don't film it there. The point of this show is you can't find episodes anywhere. That's the point of this episode. It aired in 2000. I'm sure some Australian TV collectors have come across, bits of episodes or full episodes maybe. I've never contacted them over this, so I might send this video to them and ask them through this video right now. Have you found this? Have you ever seen episodes of The Great Chase? It didn't do too well, I don't think. It only aired for 1 season. It's kind of boring. And that intro, my God, that's like an intro for a 4 p.m. kids show. Like one of those 4 p.m. quiz shows where each school is up against each school, like It's Academic or Go Go Stop. It was no good. These are Australian kids shows, by the way, where it's a game show for kids and each school is essentially against each school and they got to win, like, and they're playing for prizes valued at $20. Essentially child labor for views, for ratings. Far out. Good on you, Channel 7 and Channel 9 with your kids shows. Good on you, James Tobin. Great TV show host. What the fuck is this? So The Great Chase is... I've kind of for 10 years just been thinking about this. Like, there's just that 35-second intro, and most of it is taken up by that crappy intro, and it's just the host saying, "Welcome to The Great Chase. Here in Great Chase HQ, where we look for $20,000. I'm Matt Tilley," and it just cuts, as you saw before this podcast. And it's like, if there's just that and nothing else for years. I mean, I've been trying to find out more information about this show, and all I've found is this TV Guide article that I've got up in front of me, and that's the most information that is offered about this TV show. And I'm pretty sure this is from when the show first aired in 2000, and they're trying to promote it to people through the TV Guide in Australia. And I'll read out what it says, actually. It says, debuting in 2000, the Australian game show The Great Chase was truly nationwide in its scope. Great reading out of an article from me there, guys. 3 teams of contestants were ordered. You are ordered to travel. This is a court order to travel all over Australia in search of clues to solving a puzzle. Those who successfully put the pieces together were allowed to battle over a grand prize of $20,000. The courses taken by the contestants were charted by laptop computers and dutifully reported by the home viewers by host Matt Tilley. What does that even mean? The Great Chase was presented on Australia's Nine Network. Well, if the show's anything like my reading out of that article, then it's obviously not great. It sounds pretty boring. And it took another 11 years for Australia to do The Amazing Race Australia and to get the rights for that, finally. And to have the money for it, I think, was the biggest issue. And they finally did that. And it was amazing. Dead set. That first season of The Amazing Race Australia that aired in 2011 on Channel 7, I've seen it recently. It's probably the best season of The Amazing Race worldwide, from my opinion. I know I'm Australian and I have a very biased view. But just to go a bit off topic here, they threw everything into that. Like, the problem with The Amazing Race US is there's so many seasons, and they film like 2 seasons a year for that, I think. And, you know, there's not enough time to really plan it out really well. It's all just like, let's go, let's just quickly rush production. It's a bit rushed, in my opinion. That first season maybe wasn't, because it was so new, but that first season of The Amazing Race Australia, they went balls in. They made every episode awesome. They made so much drama with contestants. They had the most hated contestants, I think, in almost any reality TV show, which made it so much fun to watch. And they had a lot of likable contestants and a lot of just amazing places they went to in that show. Like, that first season of The Amazing Race, you can torrent it, I think. It's in a torrent list. If you're someone who torrents, definitely give that a watch, because it is actually quite good. It's better than the US version. Any of the, more recent US versions past, like maybe season 5 of the US Amazing Race. But The Great Chase, maybe an early version of them trying to do that, and my guess is it was quite bad. I would love for someone to upload an episode of The Great Chase, or to send one to me, and for me to be proved dead wrong. If someone finds an episode of the show, I will do another follow-up to this video and to talk about the show and what I thought it was like. But so far, we just have that shitty intro, uploaded by Game Show Oz 2 about 10 years ago. Yeah. Would love to see more of this show. Would love to see what it's actually like. For literally 10 years, I've been trying to find more than just this intro. Not really trying that hard, as I said earlier. I've been interested in seeing more. That's a better way of putting it. For 10 years, I've been interested in seeing more from this show. And I want to see what it was like. I want to see what they were going for, because to try and do this on no budget, and judging by that intro, I don't think it would have gone well. But, The Great Chase, here's to hoping it was a great chase. And please let me know in the comments, guys, if the Great Chase in this puzzle type format was an international show. Because I have a feeling that this concept was actually something they got the rights for and wasn't an original idea in Australia. We did come up with some cool ideas at times for TV shows that did quite well. But yeah, I think this was taken from an international version potentially as well. So if anyone finds episodes, please let me know, because I'm fascinated in this weirdness. I went a bit off topic there. That's just because there's not a lot to be known about the Great Chase. There's just this description and another description, and that's it. Contestants solving a puzzle for 20 grand. Sounds really cool. I'm going to look at more lost game shows from Australia and worldwide on this show. I'm more interested in game shows that are entirely lost or mythos. Episodes of game shows that are just like, oh my god, that was a thing. There is one I really want to cover actually very soon that was pretty messed up. So we'll be having a look at that. It was pre-recorded and it's never been released, and it probably shouldn't be released. So that's coming soon. Stay tuned for that. And yeah, stay tuned for more Lost Media next week. I've got some cool ones coming up. I swear, guys, it's coming up. And that's it. The end. Roll that weird outro.